Hello, hello. This is Camille Harris, owner of Camille Marie Coaching. Happy Friday, everyone. This is me showing up on a Friday. Just got my workout done. I don't know if any of you follow Rachel Hollis, but I do. And she is doing a last 90 days challenge, last 9 days of the year, which is an amazing idea. I'd never even thought of that before. Um, so my challenge is to work out to myself, is to be working out 5 days a week after I drop the kids off at school, which she says to do 7 days a week, but I'm choosing 5. So first thing I want to talk about today has to do with that, and it is taking care of yourself first as a parent. So one of the reasons I love this 90-day challenge I'm doing with Rachel Hollis is because her and her husband Dave do these videos every weekday, and they record them, and you can watch them. I watch them on Instagram, and that is like my accountability partner. That is my show up partner. They're like my person that I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get to my workout so I can listen to that, because that's when I listen to that. And it's a way that I am taking care of myself first. I know that when I exercise, I have more energy, my body feels better, reduces stress for me. It's just a way for me to zone out. So when we take care of ourselves as parents, we are filling our cup. So, I love the saying, fill the mommy cup first. There's that metaphor of in an airplane, put your gas mask on before you can save your kids. If the plane's going down, in the Incredible Years parenting program I teach, we talk about a piggy bank. So we're always adding to that piggy bank, because when you need to take some out, you want there to be something to take out from. Oh, there's Cinderella, my cat, back there. So take care of yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Write down a list of what it is that fills you up. Another thing that fills me up is peace and quiet. I need time in the day where I just have quiet. Like, having that time uninterrupted is monumental to me. And when I'm home by myself with my kids, I will tell them, Mommy is taking a time out right now. So I will go to I'll set the Alexa, set the timer for 10 minutes, and I will tell them when the alarm goes off, I will come out, but I'm in timeout right now. Because in our home, timeout is not a negative thing. It's time to pause and decompress and just chill out. And I can do a video some other time about how I recommend doing timeout. But take the time for yourself so that you can show up better for your children. And okay, so, I have been, so many of my friends lately, we've actually been talking about that. Like, we always come last. Our kids' needs, we're always going to put them first. And so that's why it's so important to, whoa, it says not logged in. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, well, the timer's still going. So I think I'm still live. Sorry about that. Something weird just popped up. So yeah, this is a struggle that all parents have, and I just want to validate that and say, yes, you're important. Yes, it's important to take the time for yourself so you can show up better for your kids. And yes, I realize how difficult it can be sometimes, especially when they're really little. That's when it, can be really hard. So next thing is, who hires a parent coach? Who uses a parent coach? My friend Katie, she also has her own business teaching parenting classes. We used to teach them together. We've been actually talking about this a lot. And here's like how I look at it. I have a doctor. I personally use a naturopath doctor more often than not, but if I have something going on that I can't not figure out in my body how to fix, I go see her because she's the expert. She's the doctor. I'm not a doctor. She knows more than me about certain things. And so I will go see her. And sometimes when she tells me you need to do X, Y, and Z, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. Why didn't I think about that? Sometimes I'm like, what are you talking about, lady? But I'll do what she says, and it fixes me because she knows. that's her area of expertise, you know, and then you can even become more specialized. So she's a specialized doctor, but someone goes to med school and then they pick their specific niche. You know, they want to be a, a foot doctor or an OB or OBGYN or, you know what I mean? And so, like, I have an education and background in human development and psychology, and then I specialized it even more in working with families and educating families about how to have healthy parent-child relationships. That's what I'm trained in. And so who hires a parent coach? Someone who hires a parent coach is someone who really just wants to do things better. They maybe feel like the way my parents did it, you know, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it differently. Or they hear themselves yelling and they're like, I don't want to be yelling, but I don't see any other way. I teach them there are other ways. There are research proven other ways. So hiring a parent coach is not something that's like what a bad parent does. You know, it's people hire parent coaches because they want more tools. So, you know, I'll give another example of like, you don't know until you know. So you don't know what you don't know until you know. So I was taking guitar lessons for like 9 months or something. I stopped over the summer. And the guy that was giving me guitar lessons, when I would learn a new chord, he would like show me where I need to put my fingers. And I would resist. I'd be like, no, I want to put them this way. And he'd be like, and he would never explain to me the rationale. He would just, you know, consistently tell me how I need to be doing it. And then, you know, weeks later, I would learn, oh, going from this chord to this chord is actually easier if my fingers are positioned that way. And I'd be like, oh, and you didn't even tell me that. You waited for me to get to this point to realize it on my own. And I'm such a stubborn person. And so it was actually amazing that he just let me kind of realize that on my own. It's the same thing with parenting. I was working with a mom a couple of weeks ago, and she doing the in-home parent coaching, and we were talking about transition commands. You know, using a transition command to end play. And I checked in with her, and I said, "Have you been practicing that at all?" And she was like, "I don't really think I need to use those." I said, "Oh, okay. Tell me how you end play." And she said, "Well, I tell them it's time, and then I pick them up, and we move on to the next thing." Her child is 18 months. And she said, it works fine. I said, well, is he happy when you're doing that? Does he seem okay with that? She's like, no, he's screaming, but then I just distract him with something else. So that works for her, and it works for now. But my next question was, when he's 12, when he's older and bigger, are you going to be able to continue to do that? Is that strategy going to continue to work? And so just helping look at the bigger picture. And she was like, I hadn't thought of it that way. So, you know, that kind of reminded me of that situation with the guitar lesson. Like, yeah, that the way you're doing it can work, but is there a better way? And what I do is I teach people tools, better ways, not because I'm a better parent, but because I'm educated in the field. So those were the two things I wanted to talk about. If anyone else is doing the Rachel Hollis last 90-day challenge, let me know. Let me know if you have any thoughts about what I posted today. And yeah, hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And that's it. Adios.